I just got back from Europe playing 3 chess tournaments in 2 countries, and I came back to this. Dude, how am I gonna do this? Welcome to the biggest unboxing of my YouTube chess career. In here lies 56 chess books, ladies and gentlemen. All rare, all beautiful, all gorgeous. If you're a chess lover like me, you're gonna love this video. I got 15 books from a private local collector, 11 discounted books from the internet, 2 extremely rare chess books from the internet as well, 22 chess books from a private collector in Serbia. Insane. Insane to even say that sentence. 6 miscellaneous books from Amazon gifted to me or from the author. Welcome to an unboxing and showcasing of 56 rare chess books. Okay, let's start with the miscellaneous. 2 books from Amazon, 1 book received as a gift, a personal gift to myself, and a present for Christmas, and a book sent by the author himself. Before we start with this unboxing, massive shout out to the sponsor of this video, ChessReps. Our friends over there at ChessReps help you learn your openings in a science-backed manner. If you want to learn and memorize your openings in a serious way, please consider signing up for ChessReps for a 7-day free trial. You can learn from a multitude of chess openings within their catalog. Comment below which is the book that you would choose for yourself. Amazon. On the menu today, we have an X-Acto and a pair of scissors. This is more than I usually get, so I'm very happy. To be honest, I ordered this and received it before I left for Europe for 42 days, sorry. And ooh, The Art of Defense in Chess by Lev Polugaevsky. The Art of Defense in Chess is a classic book by a very, very strong player. I think Polugaevsky was probably top 10 at his prime. He's one of the leading grandmasters, and a book on defense is very rare to get. It's a topic that's not much written about compared to attack when you think about it. So very, very happy to have this in my arsenal. Oh yeah, and all the prices of each book will be here. Okay, it's an Amazon package, so we can just do this. Whoa, so this is Fabiano Caruana's only chess book ever published. It's on the Ruy Lopez, and for anyone who wants to learn the Ruy Lopez, I think this is a fantastic book. He teaches not only theory, but hardcore principles in understanding the Ruy Lopez, which can help any player of any level, especially mine, which is 2100 plus. The book you cannot purchase online, Fredrik Olofsson, The Chess Saga of Fredrik Olofsson. Wow. So I bought this for myself in Sweden when I was playing tournament number 2 of 3, of which the recaps are coming out soon, I promise. They're in the edits. Fredrik Olofsson sadly passed away in 2025, right before the Reykjavik Open, in which I participated. Now, at the end of that tournament, they were selling books of his that were signed, and I unfortunately couldn't get my hands on the final copy. So I was looking for it online and couldn't find it until I participated in this tournament in Sweden called Rilton Cup. And I found this book in one of the 200 books that they were offering for sale, and I didn't see a price. So I went to the shopkeeper and I asked how much for this book, which I secretly really, really wanted. And this shopkeeper told me 180. And something you got to know about Sweden is that they have their own currency. It's not the euro, it's the Swedish crown. And so when he said 180, I was like, 180 US? But no, it was 180 Swedish krona, which translates to around 18 US dollars for a hardcover book about a legend and a very rare hardcover book. I thought this was an absolute steal, and I bought it immediately. This is the only book I have on Fredrik Olofsson, and I'm very happy to have bought it. Major score! And then I proceeded to bring it with me for the next 15 days on the road. And it was a very heavy book, but it was worth the struggle. Another book I lugged with me through my travels of 42 days is Inside the Mind of Bobby Fischer. This is a very new release. It released December 1st, 2025, I believe. And I was going through this book with my good friend, International Master Kostya Kavitsky. It's a fantastic book. It's basically all of Bobby Fischer's writings on paper back in the day, compiled by the author John Donaldson, one of the best historians in the whole chess world. Insane book We had a ton of fun analyzing through Fischer's annotations and games. It was like going back in history to see Bobby Fischer's games. It was insane. Next up is a gift given to me by my lovely father. Thank you, Dad. Shout out. He gave me this expansion edition of My System and Chess Praxis. So 2 absolutely legendary classic books by the great Aaron Nimzovich, the founder of prophylaxis in chess and hypermodernism in chess. And I mean, insane book, very hard to get your hands on it. This is, I know for a fact I was trying to buy it. This is a rare book. You cannot get this online very easily. And so an absolute masterclass, expanded edition, so revised examples. And I believe this one is computer checked, so no computer mistakes, which are prevalent in the other editions. So insane book. Thank you so much, Dad. Love you to bits. And finally, for Miscellaneous is a book the author sent me. I have had this to be unboxed for months now, and the author has been so patient in giving me the sweet time before I get to unbox it in front of my audience. And let me tell you, this is the book that I was the most excited to get. It's a huge book. Oh, it's hardcover too. Wow. Capablanca and Alekhine, the English version by Luis Fernandez Thiez. Such a strong player, but he writes a historical book. It's very not often that you have a YouTuber, a content creator that writes a historical chess book. And me, being such a history passionate, was insanely delighted to see this published first in Spanish. It was great. I was like, I want it in English if possible. Mi español es muy terrible. And then he published it in English and he sent it to me. Shout out Luis Siles. Go get the book. If you're a history buff, if you're a chess history buff, it's just too goated with the sauce. It's about the Capablanca and Alekhine match in 1927, in which the unbeatable Capablanca fell in the hands of Mr. Alexander Alekhine, the Russian prodigy. Wow. Yeah, this is one of the most interesting world championship clashes ever in history because it's 2 of the strongest players that we've ever had compared in terms of dominance compared to their contemporaries. And you have this clash of styles, right? Alekhine, dynamic, attacking, aggressive chess player. And Capablanca, endgame. I want to trade queens. I want to go to the endgame and outplay. Positional, strategical. And this clash of styles in this World Championship match should be an insane read. I'm so excited. So excited. Next up is 11 discounted books that I bought from a chess website called Chess for Less. They had a bunch of books on discount and I bought them for a pretty price. Unfortunately, shipping killed me from the US to Canada and I had to pay in US dollars. So the deal wasn't that good, but this is the total that I paid for all of this. Okay. To be honest, I ordered this and received this before I left for 42 days in December. So I don't remember what's inside here. So I'll be as surprised as you guys, basically. Okay, we have 3 books right on the front end. Okay, number 1 is a book that caught my eye because of the title. I'm such a title slut. Don't judge me, okay? I'm just weak to good titles. The Greatest Ever Chess Strategies by Sam Collins, who is an author I'm not too familiar with. But I'm always intrigued in these compilatory lists of etc. A, B, topic C. And very interesting book, very small book, very thin. Only 170 pages, so I should get through this pretty quickly. Very interesting. Book number 2 is Masters of Attack. So if you know me, you know I like a great attack. And this is one of those books that I picked up blindly by 2 Russian authors. Masters of Attack compiles games and positions from 3 of the greatest world champions who were attackers. So Boris Spassky, Mikhail Tal, and Alexander Alekhine, as I previously said from that last book, Capablanca and Alekhine. So yeah, this is a big book in contrast of 150 pages, but it's very wide and very thick. So very nice, very cool book in the arsenal. Ooh, wow. From the same authors, Boris Spassky, Master of Initiative. Yeah, I don't have many books on Spassky. Spassky didn't write a book on his games that I know of. And this is such a nice book. Thin. I like thin. I can go through thin. And there's puzzles attached to the games that are instructive. So like there's a game section and then there's a puzzle section. Very, very nice. I'm so excited to go through and finally own a book on Spassky's games. What an underrated, overlooked player, because Bobby Fischer terrified him twice in 1972 and then 20 years later in 1992 for the rematch. Oh my God, yes. I had forgotten I bought these. Okay. That is, yes. I'm very happy. Right now is a good bit of dopamine is going through my head and down my spine, actually. So, 2 more aggressive / attacking books. We have Attacking with G2, G4 is a book I always looked at on Amazon and I never pulled the trigger on it. It was always a nice looking book. But here we finally have it, G2, G4. The reason I didn't buy it is because ChatGPT was like, yo, it's like for 14 to 1800. It might not be your strength. But at all of the sorts, this is a book I really want to master because this G2, G4 is a good weapon for attacking with this pawn on the king side. And it's a book I would like in my arsenal. So here we go. And this book, let me tell you, I have the first book of this series. It's here. Sacrifice and Initiative by Ivan Sokolov. Like just an unbelievable chess book. And I think the part 2, because it's the same font, it's the same type of book, Risk and Bluff by Tukmakov. So Ivan Sokolov, I believe I'm like 30 pages into this one. It's a sensational book. Like 51 pages in. So I've done quite a lot of pages. If you've been through chess books, 50 pages is a lot. It's a lot of pages to go through for a chess book. Because it's not like a novel where you could just read it. You have to put the positions on the board and stuff. But anyways, Risk and Bluff by Tukmakov, another legend, making another legendary book. A very practical element of chess is that sometimes you have to push, risk, and bluff, play on your opponent's time, taking risks, and playing aggressive chess for activity. And so another amazing book. So excited to crack this open. I spoil myself, if we're being quite honest. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Magnus Method by Emanuel Neumann, who authored one of my first chess books ever. It was a green book. I don't remember the name, but yeah, he's a French player, I believe, because that book that I had was in French. Anyways, the Magnus Method, singular skills of the world's strongest chess player and uncovered and explained. He dissects Magnus Carlsen as a player, goes through his strengths, goes through what he does to peak at the number 1 for almost the longest time ever. So here we go, the Magnus Method. Very excited about this book as well. I'm excited about all the books. I'll keep saying it though. So Jesus de la Villa, who has now been known as one of the greatest chess authors for endgames and for his reputable series, You Must Know. The You Must Know series, of course. He now has Dismantling the Sicilian, which I bought, a complete modern repertoire for white that recommends a multitude of things in the open Sicilians. And you never have enough tools in your arsenal, especially in a wide and diverse opening like the Sicilian defense. So here you go, Dismantling the Sicilian, a repertoire book for white. The Zaitsev system. So the Zaitsev system is a variation for the black pieces against the Lopez, and I heard really good things about the Zaitsev system. So here we go. Okay. Wow. Yes. Okay. Story time. Devoted to chess. It's not the sexiest title in all of chess, but the author might be one of the sexiest authors of all time in terms of academia. Yuri Razuvaev, one of the greatest chess coaches of all time. And I remember reading in the book by Josh Waitzkin, of which Searching for Bobby Fischer, the movie, was about, he wrote this book, and inside he said that Yuri Razуваev was one of the greatest coaches he ever had, if not the, probably the, because he customed his teachings to Josh Waitzkin's crazy attacking chess style, and not every coach can do that. And he has been the trainer of Karpov, Kramnik, Gelfand, Lotsier, Fressinet, Salov, Tomaszewski, Topalov, Kostyniuk, one of the greatest trainers of all time, and he makes a book. So very, very excited to go through this in a very unpatient manner. Very smooth, 300 pages. Give me 5 years to finish this one. 5. Only 5. Oh, wait, I have one here. Beating the Sicilian Mainlines by Jonas Hacker. Usually I research the author before pulling the trigger, but I don't remember researching this author. I'm sure he's a very, very strong player if he's going into theoretical mainlines in the Open Sicilian. And yes, more Sicilian books. I guess I'm revealing that I'm working on the Re Lopez and the Sicilian for both colors. I think that's pretty clear from this. So yeah, a lot of OTB chess to come with these new openings. My future opponents know what I'll play. Okay, wow. And to finish, oh, this one I'm very excited for. I didn't even know this book existed. So this is by former FIDE champion, I believe. FIDE world champion Alexander Kalifman, Life and Games. Ooh. And I don't think he has a book on his own Life and Games, but Shinadi Nessis makes a book on this, and excited to go through it. I mean, such a player which I cannot... It's before my time, and it's before history. So this like era of the early 2000s is my big weakness, and 90s. And I think that's when Kalifman was 14th FIDE world champion. So FIDE world champion. So not world champion, but still very, very excited to go through Life and Games of such a strong player. I have so much to learn from a chess player like this, who was so strong and at such a young age. So here you go. Bang. Woo-hoo-hoo! I was not expecting that title. I bought a Botvinnik book? If you know me, you know that I'm a sucker for anything Mikhail Botvinnik writes. Botvinnik had a very, very sincere rule about himself, is that every strong chess player should publish their works, or should annotate their games and publish their work. And Botvinnik was such a fervent person about this because he published a lot of his games and work. And this is a firm example of it. Half a century of chess. This is the replica, I believe. The republishing, the second edition, maybe third edition by Mikhail Botvinnik, but the works are intact, and I'm sure it's computer checked. So this is such a nice book. I didn't even know this existed before I ordered it. You just see a title on the computer screen, and you're like pulling the trigger immediately. So there you go. Half a Century of Chess by Mikhail Botvinnik, the 6th world chess champion. And finally, we have an absolute classic on our hands that is rewritten for modern times. A hyper-modern game of chess by Savieli Tartakover. That's forwarded by Hans Reh. It's an absolute classic that's rewritten in a super modern edition, obviously. And I've never owned either the classic one or the republished. So the second edition, very nice. Hypermodernism in chess came like brute force in the late 1910s, early 1920s. Ideas by this new school of chess to give away the center first and then attack it. And with that attack, you have a lot of piece activity and a lot of movement on the board for your pieces, and a lot of openings arise from that, notably the King's Indian defense, the Nimzo Indian defense, all of these new openings, Grunfeld, of course. And this is a book about one of the founders of the hypermodernism movement that started in the 20s and today is extremely relevant in modern chess as well, as these openings have come to flourish. Obviously, this is the non-unboxing portion of the entire video. I bought these books from a private collector So I bought all of these 15 books for 190 Canadian dollars, which comes out to like 9 US per book. Okay, so no shipping because it was local. I drove there, bought the books, and drove back. This is what I got for 9 US per book. So first on our hands is by Alexei Suetin, one of the top 10 in the world at his prime. This is an amazing classic book, which I never have owned before. Plan Like a Grandmaster, part of that Train Like a Grandmaster, Think Like a Grandmaster by Kotov, a very important book in the chess diaspora. But yes, this is a very cool book. Plan Like a Grandmaster probably is going to sit on my shelf, but I'm going to get to it when I want to strive for that GM. So in due time, my friends, in due time. So we're going to put this pile here. A nice little book called Lilienthal's 100 Best Games. And this is from a publishing company, which I really, really like, Kaisa Chess Books. It's a Hungarian, I believe, publishing house, but they don't produce many books. And I've owned a lot of their former series. Which are these mini colorful books, all by Kaisa as well, on the best players of all time. And it's like, it's very small books, right? Comparing to a big book, let's say. Comparing to a normal book. So like half the size of a normal book, but is very, very cute books. And I've owned this one for like 12 years. I bought it at the North American Youth Chess Championship, NAYCC 2010. So I was 9 years old when I bought my first one. And then when I went to the Budapest Olympiad in 2024, I got Capablanca. So I saw the booth, or I saw these books for the first time in 12 years. I thought the publication had gone down. I thought they didn't exist anymore. But no, they still existed, and they were present, of course, in Hungary, where they're from. And so I bought this one and added to my collection of 4. But they also produced, very Hungarian of them, Andor Lilienthal's Best Games. Fantastic book. Who is it by? Is it by the... edited by George Negyeshi? Hungarians, don't come after me, please. I'm surrendering myself. It's one of the most complicated languages ever. English translation. So this is a translated book. I believe this is a translated autobiography. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But super cool collection of games by such a good player back in the day. I believe he was strong in the 30s. Very, very strong. Andor's Lilienthal. Woo! This is a book about one of the most sought-after authors in chess history. If you're a chess book collector, you 100% know about this guy because he is all the rage in terms of the chess book collecting world. We're, of course, talking about CJS Purdy, who was Australian correspondence chess champion. No, Australian chess champion and world correspondence champion, world champion, I believe. And he had a reputation for writing these insanely good chess books. Like, his writing of chess books was probably some of the best ever in the chess book collector community. So very cool book. And this is my first CJS Purdy. I'm very excited to own one. First time. I feel like I'm included in this very niche part of the chess world, finally. And I'm so excited to go through the writing, to go through what's the intrigue, what's the hype. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Okay. Next one is a book I had never heard of before, The Modern Chess Sacrifice. And this book was published, I don't know, it came with notes by the private collector, but this book was published in 1978. So modern at the time, I guess. And this is good for historical purposes and for collection purposes. What entails a modern chess sacrifice in 1978 by Leonid Shamkovich, who is a grandmaster. And very, very nice. Brief, short and sweet right there. This is a book that I've wanted to have for a long time, but the problem is it's super rare. And I found it in this private collector's collection, and I asked for the price, and we came up to a conclusion, and this is what I got. The Chinese School of Chess by Lu Wenzhe. This is Chinese. This is China's first grandmaster ever, and he basically invented this school of chess in China, because in China there are many competitor games to chess. You know, there's Chinese chess, there's Go, etc. And so chess is still today not the most popular board game there by a long mile. Like mahjong is killing it, right? But he basically becomes China's first grandmaster, Liu Wenjie, and he's like the captain of their Olympiad team for a very, very long time, and he gains these medals in the Olympiad team. He plays for the China Olympiad team for a very long time, and he offers all of the Chinese school of chess's secrets in this book, the unique approach, training methods, and secrets of the Chinese school of chess. When I play abroad, you guys, and I want this to be very clear, and this is not racist, when I play abroad, it is if there are Chinese participants, they do better on average than all other participants in a tournament. And this warrants me to inquire on the school of chess, the method, the practices that they incorporate to be such high-level players. When I see Chinese flags on a chess results, like starting rank, they're more often than not one of the top seeds. And it's not a coincidence, it's a correlation. They produce the most high-quality chess players per capita in the world. This is a fact. I read this recently, actually. And now I just go off and I pop off King, and I buy an absolute classic, The Development of Chess Style by Max Eive, fifth world champion from the Netherlands. But yes, Development of Chess Style, very interesting book. Let's look at the chapters. Okay, wow. Positional Play by Steinitz. Oh my god. That's chapter 5. This is a naughty book. Combination for Strategic Ends by Morphy. Oh wow, every chapter is after one chess player. The Discovery of Pawns by Philidor. From Philidor's writings. Oh my goodness. Long Live Combination by Anderson. And it's like 4 of Anderson's games. Chapter 6, Technique and Routine by Lasker, Marshall, and Rubens, like all of the players of the 1900 to 1914. Insane. Chapter 7, Independent Thinkers. Chapter 8, New Thirst for Battle. Development of Chess Style. A historical monument of a book. Beautiful. Okay, this is a book I never thought about or knew about before seeing its title and book. It piqued my curiosity and would put it in this category of chess books, like The Complete Chess Swindler by Smirden, which is like how you swindle your opponents, and Devious Chess, like how to bend the rules and win, like practical types of books. This is kind of, to me, going into that, like imagination in chess, how to think creatively and avoid foolish mistakes, like kind of like these books that take like a practical angle to the game that are very rare in chess literature and ultimately fill my library very well. Ah, beautiful. The Book of the Hastings International Masters Tournament of 1922. So Hastings is the longest ongoing yearly tournament. I think the latest edition just concluded like January 5th, 2026. It's been going on for over 130 years. Insane yearly tournament. And this is the 1922 edition in pamphlet edition, and with annotations by the winner, Alekhine. So spoiler alert, Alekhine won, but he has annotations in this book, and these are with really worthwhile annotations. So I bought it for the Alekhine annotations. Yes. Okay, next. How to Play the Endgame in Chess. And I bought this one for the author. The author is quite a legend. He writes for The Guardian. He writes their chess column every week or month. Probably day. I don't know. Leonard Barden. Very strong player at his peak. Multiple time UK champion, or English champion, rather. And he writes a book on the endgame, which I didn't know about until today. And I'm very pleased. Very pleased to learn about it. Shout out. Okay. Next is Chat. I love good authors. I love great authors. I love authors that were almost world champions. And I love authors who were champions who published their books. That's S tier. A tier is published authors who were almost world champions, but strongest players of their day, right? This is by an A-tier author, Samuel H. Rejewski, who was top 5 for the entire 50s, easy to say. And he writes a book on positional play. And this was in such poor condition, the lady said, you can have it for free. So I got this one for free. And fantastic. The Art of Positional Play encapsulates positional play by such a strong author in what is a very rare book by such a strong player. Like, such a strong player. Can I say that more? Samuel H. Rejewski? Come on. Have you read Zurich 1953? Okay. Chapter 1, Weak Pawns. Chapter 2, Pass Pawns. Chapter 3, King Position. Chapter 4, Space. Chapter 5, Open Lines. Chapter 6, Tactics. Chapter 7, Pieces Good and Bad. And that's it. Art of Positional Play. Makes me fly like an angel, this book. And it's very old, so I can't touch it too much. The next is The Art of Defense in Chess. This is our first and hopefully only double of today. And it has the same mark as the one that I have in double. So I bought these at different times and I didn't unbox them and I didn't register that I had the same book from different eras. So I believe they're different publications. This is published in 1996. This is the third edition. Third edition, 1996. And this one is a first edition, 1988. So I have the first edition now. If you want this one, I can sell it to you if you wish. The Art of Defense in Chess, a first edition by Lev Polugaevsky. An absolute classic of a book, as you saw earlier. And this one is a fun book. Sometimes I'll pop off, I'll buy a fun book. I'm not predictable as a collector, really. Brilliance in Chess, just like a games compilation of brilliant tactics and stuff. Sometimes I buy these for content, sometimes just for my own personal fun. Oh, and this came with like a very nice bookmark. Very sick. Very cool book. Done. So this goes here. And then another slim book, the Book of London International Chess Congress 1992, annotations by Geza Insane. So happy. I'm so happy. Okay. Sick. Geza he invented the Maroczy bind. That tells you how good of a player he was back in his day. If he invents something new that is, till this day, very, very instructive and used in the chess, within the game of chess. So, on to the next one. Instructive Positions from Master Chess by, and this is the one that the author really got to me, Jacques Mises. Jacques Mises. Like a top 10 player in the 1890s, Jacques Mises. And not only that, he was a strong player throughout the 1800s, up until the late 1800s, and early 1900s, I would even say. And he writes this book on instructive positions. So random. It was an instant cop for me. So there you go. Bang. Oh my God. Oh my God. The last two is like best for last. So you know how much I love Rejewski. Well, then I found this book. Great Chess Upsets. It's a book about upsets of lower ranked players on strong players and how they got to beat strong players. And what was the nature of the mistakes of the strong players that they lost to this weaker player? This is by Samuel H. Rejewski. Again, I had no idea he wrote such a book. And it's about, and he has like all his ops listed here. Adolf Anderson, Paul Morphy, Steinitz, Lasker, Capablanca, Alekhine. It's all the upsets against them. Insane. Okay, insane purchase. Like 10 out of 10 insane purchase. And then, beautiful. This is the part 4 of a book I really much am still enjoying. Of which I have part 3 and showcased part 3 in another video in which I think I unboxed it, is Manual of Chess Combinations by some Russian author, an IM who compiled these endgames for like an academy. And I love this one, the tactics one. It's for strong players. Like the third one is for strong players, and it's very strong, especially at where I am at. I'm at like puzzle 400. And then I didn't know that this existed. I didn't frankly care because I thought this was the strongest one, edition number 3, which I already have, of course. But then I saw this one, edition number 4, on chess endgames, the manual of chess endgames by the same author, with the same sick cover. Don't judge a book by its cover, except if it's these books. And it's all these endgames categorized. So pawn endgames, knight endgames. Next, I bought 22 books from a private collector in Serbia. The truth is, he inherited around 2,000 chess books from his now passed away grandfather, who is called Bozidar Kazic, who was the vice president of FIDE. And he managed careers of Bobby Fischer, Karpov, Botvinnik, and he also had a massive chess book collection. He passed it down to his grandchild, who is now selling his books, or some of them, and I managed to buy 22 of them for a very nice price. Well, very nice. It was quite expensive, actually, but very cool books, nonetheless. Now, the thing is, I forgot what I bought because this was 2 months ago, and we had been negotiating for the books on and on and on, like negotiating price. He was showing me some. I was saying no, yes, no. So he was sending me pictures every day for around a month and a half, and I was saying which ones I liked and which ones I didn't want. And from that, 22 chess books you're about to see, and I'm about to see for the first time ever, unboxed. And these are all pretty to extremely rare. Some are signed. Very excited. Okay. I've been waiting like 5 months to have these books because I've known about them. I've handpicked them. And then I received them. I kept them closed because of this unboxing for like 3 months. And here we are. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Alex, by the way. He was such a nice person. He was so patient with me. He negotiated with me and showed me around 400 books, 22 of which I chose. And here is the first box of 2 that he sent me all the way from Serbia. And I do not remember what I purchased. This is very important for the video. This is a surprise for me as much as you guys. I just peeked at what was in there, and there was absolute cinema for the first 3 things I saw. But anyways, okay. They're all used, right? So I bought used books. Okay. World Chess Champions by Edward Winter. Holy schmoly, a Pergamon book. Pergamon, I believe, does not publish anymore. But back in the day, they were publishing the absolute highest quality of chess books. And this is by my favorite chess historian and the greatest chess historian probably ever, ladies and gentlemen, Edward Winter. World Chess Champions. Wow. He includes scans of the players of the World Chess Champions he has in here. And there are notes. Okay, it's very used. I mean, there's red writing inside. It's very, very used. Okay. Very cool book. Very cool book. I really wanted another Edward Winter book because I have already 2. I have Facts and Fables, and I have the Compendium of Capablanca. Okay, number 2. How often do you hear me whistle about a chess book? It comes out automatically, I swear. Chess secrets I learned from the masters. Edward Lasker. So Edward Lasker, was in that circle of chess players in which he would receive these secrets. And he has secrets from Teichmann von Bardeleben, Odrich Durash, Mises, Lasker, Caro, who invented Caro-Kann, co-invented Caro-Kann opening, Sigbert Tarrasch, Alekhine, Schlechter. Wow. Okay, this book is really something. Last 10 years, chess in South America. Okay, I'm really excited to dive into this. I don't know what this is. It's too much for me right now. I have 20 other chess books to go through, all either better or equal to that one. So give me a chill pill. I'm about to cry. My 60 Memorable Games by Bobby Fischer. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. I don't own this one. I own one edition that's very old and frankly was breaking apart. First edition was in 69 and this edition is in 72. So this is the second edition of my 60 Memorable Games by Bobby Fischer. The one I have is falling apart. Games by Faber. It's maybe the same one. Chad, is this the same one? But this one, this is my... I received this like 12 years ago and it was still in this condition when I got it. Yeah, this is the same edition. It's the same exact book, but just in a better condition because this is falling apart. I don't know if we can zoom on that, but there you go. I'm very happy to get the one in a suitable condition for all of us. So we're only at 3 books out of 22. I'm absolutely cooked. Okay, another one in medium condition, but honestly, you can't even find this anywhere else, so so happy to own this. Jose Raul Capablanca's Last Lectures. So he made like some lectures that were recorded and it was put into a book. Okay, the condition is unconditionable. Is negative aura, but the contents of the book are priceless. Sincerely priceless. So yeah, so excited to own a book by a world champion. Of course, I already have Chess Fundamentals, but this is another book by that same author that I did not previously own. So very sick. The World Chess Championship by, so as I told you, my weakness for strong authors, Svetozar Grigoric was a Yugoslavian author, chess player. He was best Yugoslav for God knows how long, probably 25 years. And he wrote this book, World Championship Chess, in which he goes through World Championship matches and comments up until from 1948 to 1972. He annotates some World Chess Championship matches. So this is really cool by such a strong author that I happen to love. So here we go. The World Chess Championship. Oh my goodness. Published in Canada. This is published in Canada, sold to me from Serbia. Very interesting. This is Dover edition, first published in 1962, is an unabridged corrected republication of the work originally published in 1937. But this is by Alekhine. This is his writings into a chess book. Now, the edition I own is this very small one and very, very recent one, right? A historical clash. Yes, this is 2009 copyright. Why did I pick Nottingham? So why is this tournament so reputable? It is known to have 5 world champions at the time in this tournament, past and future. In this tournament, it's one of the only tournaments in the history of chess to have 5 world champions playing, past or future. And so and not only the tournament because of that is insanely strong, but it has notes from Alekhine, who made a book from it because of its strength. So you can understand my impulse buying was impulsing. Okay. Our second Leonard Barden book. He made a book called Chess Puzzle Book. Very unique cover. I wanted to own this absolutely because I respect the author so much, and I'm a big fan of his works, and he's such a strong player, right? So no-brainer. Leonard Barden's Chess Puzzle Book. You can never have enough chess puzzles in your life. Ooh, this one's exciting. 100 chess classics of the chessboard. By whom? By A.S.M. Dickens and H. Ebert. Yeah, I bought this for the title, clearly. Like, the title's crazy. But they are 100, like, it's like this. Fucking insane format, right? 100 chess classics that are just written and shown to you with a huge diagram. This is exactly the type of game game collection books that I like to collect. Next, we have International Championship Chess by the owner of the collection that I partially inherited from the inheritor of the collection. You get what I'm saying? The grandfather. Bozidar Kazic wrote this book, which I very much wanted. International Championship Chess. He writes about he signed it. The grandson signed it for me. To Zachary Sane from Alexander Kajic. With love, Alexander Kajic. Wow, very nice gesture. Shout out Alex, who so clearly was a big fan of his grandfather and really, really admired him. And yeah, is proud of his ancestor, which is a trait I admire too. I share. Okay, so this is about every and any FIDE event, really. World Championships and their challengers, candidate tournaments and matches, marathon interzonal tournaments, regional competitions, World Junior Championships, the Women World Championships. This is where you would go to learn every and anything about the foundation of certain competitive chess events that happened, that were international and that happened in the world. So shout out to that very nice compilatory book. We have another one of a similar title, Championship Chess by P.H. Sergeant. So great games by world champions. Again, the compilations I'm a big fan of. Okay, a little bit of red marking in the book is okay. I'm not in it for the condition. I'm in it for the materials in the book. But yeah, I always like these compilationary books, like the best games of some world champions, like just like some beautiful works of art. Oh my God. Soviet Chess School by Alexander Kotov. Holy shit. Sorry for swearing, but warranted swearing. Kotov, the Kotov, made a book I never heard about before. The Soviet Chess School. So this is our second school of chess that we own now. Chinese School of Chess, Soviet Chess School by Kotov and Yudovich. Insane book. Oh my God. Look at this inner cover. Oh my goodness. Out of the depths of time, the first Russian chess masters, on the threshold of the 20th century, origins, chess in the Soviet Union, Mikhail Botvinnik, who was the founder of the Soviet Chess School, Gens una sumus, which is FIDE's motto, we are one family. We are one people. All for one. That's what I said. Oh, I was on it. Okay. The seventh world champion, Tal, Tigran, Boris Spassky, Women in Chess, Anatoly Karpov, Soviet Chess School. Wow. 158 pages. Contender for the best buy of the day. Comment below which is the book that you would choose for yourself out of every book that I've unveiled. Just tell me. Tell me which one you're grabbing out of a shelf, out of all the ones that I've showed so far. This might be number one. On God. This might be number one. Numero uno. Okay. So let me just clear out some space here, because I don't want to open this every single time. Whoa, this is such a wide book. Almost a pamphlet. Karpov Korchnoi World Chess Championship 1978, Baguio City, Philippines. This is not even a book. This is a pamphlet. Oh no, what is this? This is not a book. There's nothing inside here. Oh, I thought there was gonna... Oh no, this is like an advertising poster. Still cool. It says like where the tournament venue was and stuff like this. Okay, and it says like their prior encounters of the World Championship match. But yeah, there's a score sheet here, but there's no annotations. Oh no. Okay. That's a wash. That's a wash. That's the first one I'm not happy with. You can see it on my facial expression. It is what it is. Next up, Chess Meets of the Century. And the authors, I couldn't understand. By Bobby Fischer and Dmitry Bielka. Dmitry Bielka wrote some really, really nice books. And this one is signed. Wow, holy shit. This one is signed. Oh, wow, there's really fascinating pictures in here. Yeah, it's just about like chess meets. So like chess encounters of the century. So Bobby Fischer selects the games that he liked most of the 20th century so far. When was this published? The cover, I believe, is about to fall off, in my opinion. It's like it's hanging on by two threads. Published by it's 1971. Wow. 1971. Wow, sick. Yeah, but the cover is hanging on by two threads. Okay. Fucking sick, bro. By Bobby Fischer. Wait, what? I don't understand. Like Bobby Fischer, the authors. Bobby Fischer was born. Yeah. I wonder what Bobby Fischer's contribution of this book was. It was very interesting to me. But yeah, Bobby Fischer, very, very well known for publishing very few works, right? So anything by him is very interesting. Oh, this is my only book that is not in the language of English for today. And it's not in French, which is my second fluent language, but it's in Italian. Masterpieces of Chess, an older book that is by the same author, Dmitry Bielka, that is in Italian and also signed, which is very cool. I should learn Italian now. Oh, it's translated in English right underneath. It's perfect for learning Italian. I want to learn Italian. Shout out to my Italian fan base. Italians watching from all around the world. Shout out. Capolavori di scacchi. There you go. Italian book of the day. And next is another pamphlet, but this has annotations by none other than Alekhine, Botvinnik, and Nimzovich. San Remo 1930. This is the tournament in which Alekhine destroyed everyone. One of the strongest chess performances of all time is San Remo 1930. Alekhine killing everyone in that one. Okay, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, nice. The Complete Chess Addict. These are fun facts about the game of chess. I have the second edition. I don't have the first edition. So bang, first edition. Not first edition, first volume. The second volume I own. Sorry. My fault. There's a lot of chess books. It's a lot of chess booking today. Next. Oh my goodness. Wow. I have been waiting to own this book for such a long time, and it's finally in my hands. The grandfather of Armenian chess, ladies and gentlemen, Genrik Kasparian. He wrote this. He's one of the greatest study composers in chess of all time, if not the. And he wrote this insane classic, Domination in 2545 Endgame Studies. And I've never owned this book, even though I'm part Armenian, and I now have it. Insane. I have it. Oh my God. What a rare piece of art that I now own. Yeah, it's a little bit weird and like, I think it got shook from the trip, but hopefully it will find its shape in my library, figuratively and literally. Okay. The Great Chess Tournaments and Their Stories by Andy Soltis. Another compilation book. You guys, it's like, I can't get enough of these. Andy Soltis. Andrew Soltis, very, very known author, of course. So happy to buy that one. Oh, yes, this one. Chessboard Magic, 160 Brilliant Chess Endings by Irving Chernev, who's an also prevalent, reputable author. There's a Dover edition, so it's a reprint, of course. But yeah, this is a very rare chess book, so I was happy to buy it. And I love endgame books, which I don't have enough of. Well, I have a lot now, but I used to not have a lot of. So there you go. Ooh, this is an autobiography and games by Viktor Korchnoi, none other than one of the strongest chess players to never become world chess champion. Viktor Korchnoi, a very zany character. Is zany the right word? A very, yes, zany character, I believe, who was such a strong player, but never ascended to the throne. But irregardless, autobiography and games of a very strong player, very nice. This is a historical chess book, purely history. This is where we're at. I have like this whole section is purely chess history, I believe, and dictionaries and stuff. And so this would fit right in. King, queen, and knight. So the history on the king, the queen, and the knight in chess. A chess anthology in prose and verse. So every time chess was mentioned in a verse or in a poem. Wow. Can't wait. Like a little bedtime story thing. Can't wait. Sick. A lot of these books, too, I couldn't find information on. So when he would send me a picture of, I'd be like, what is it about? It's like, okay. Oh, insane. Report from Baguio. So this is about the Karpov-Korchnoi World Championship match of the bulletin I just sent you. I just, not sent, but showed you. And this is by Michael Tal. By Michael Tal. World champion Michael Tal. And he makes a lot of notes on this World Championship match, and co-authored by Dimitri Bielka. This is the fourth book by Bielka. Is it also signed? I believe 2 or 3 of them have been signed so far, which is not a huge plus. Like signatures don't make or break whether I buy a book usually, but always nice to have. So Report from Baguio, very rare book by Michael Tal. Ooh. This I remember I bought for $50. Out of all of these, this was the most expensive, I think. Oh no, the next one is the most expensive, but this is the second most expensive. This is a very rare book. Good luck getting your hands on a book like this. Michael Botvinnik, sorry, too many Michaels. Michael Botvinnik, Achieving the Aim. Super rare book, apparently one of the best books ever made. Probably top 50. By the 6th world chess champion, Michael Botvinnik. This is a book on how he achieved and reached the world stage. He published it. It took 10 years to make this book. Wow. Contents. The first moves, the polytechnique, the postgraduate study, the match that was never played, the match tournament. So it's basically an autobiography on his life and how he ascended in the chess world. It's sensational. This book, I know it for a fact, is very hard to get. It's very expensive. I'm very, very grateful I own it. Wow. Godly. Godsend. And this next one, I believe, cost me $100 and something. So this is one of the coolest books I now own. It's called Chess Scandals. The 1978 World Chess Championship match by Edmondson and Michael Tal, signed by the author Edmondson. Ed Edmondson, 1981. It's like just scandals that happened in this championship match. I asked a fellow historian friend of mine what they thought of this book, and they said absolute must buy for the collection. So here it is, signed by the author, The Chess Scandals. That is it for all the books from Serbia, and we have, you know how I do things, the best for last, of course. These were bought online, but they're extremely rare, and extremely hard to acquire. So the way I acquired these is the PayPal didn't work, so I emailed them, and then they said, I have a coordinator in North America that owns these books and resells them. So I contacted him, and then he sold them to me. Very expensive books. Like, I think one was 75 euros and the other one was 65 euros, including shipping. It's like 150 euros for 2 books. It's 75 euros a book, including shipping. It's insane. But they're hardcover, ultra quality, extremely rare, and super nice for my collection. So these 2 books, a god level, S tiers. S tiers are coming up. Like literally so excited right now. My brain is lacking oxygen from all the talking. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna tip over right now. Okay. It's very interesting, like the patience needed. Oh, finally. Finally, come to Papa. Okay. Holy schmoly. This is 2 books, not 1. But it's a big package for a reason. So this is book number 1. This one. And oh my god. I did not know it was this big. Holy schmoly. Holy schmoly. Yeah, no. Bro. This is insane. Comparing to a normal book, this is insane. This is not even gonna fit on my shelf. I'm not even kidding. Okay. Whoa. So this is a book about one of the strongest players to not become world champion. I would say top 100 in this category. One of the greatest Swedish chess players of all time. Compared to his years, Gideon Stahlberg. Insane. Volume 1, The Musketeer Years. There's 2 volumes. First of all, there's 2 volumes. Insane. Gideon Stahlberg, known to me as the 15th candidate out of the 15 candidates who played in the Zurich 1953 International Chess Tournament. This is the final player of the 15 players who participated in that tournament that I do not own a book about or from. Here it is. Gideon Stahlberg, the one who finished last in this tournament, very famously, but finishing last in a candidates tournament, you're still absolutely goated and gifted as a chess player. He's one of the most important chess players for Swedish chess. He's the grandfather of Swedish chess. Gideon Stahlberg with this insane autobiography by Peter Holmgren. Shout out Peter Holmgren for making this. And yeah, insane. Literally insane. I can't say anything else than insane and then literally insane. And the final book, ladies and gentlemen, this is real heat. This is heat. This is heat. Also by Verendel Publishing, Akiba Rubinstein by Yuri Razvayev. So we saw the other Yuri Razvayev book before, precedently, in one of the first ones, and I told you all about Razvayev, so you know now about Razvayev. But this is, oh no, I need some light. Okay, there you go. This is Akiba Rubinstein by Razvayev. So he writes a full book on Akiba Rubinstein that is supposed to be one of the best chess books ever. It's Boris Gelfan's favorite chess book. So Boris Gelfand, who played for World Chess Championship, who played a World Chess Championship match, this is one of his favorite chess books ever. So we're concluding the unboxing of 56 chess books on an absolute banger. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing, and oh my god, I'm so tired and so thirsty. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching this video. Slap your paw on that like button. Share it with your friends. And this is the total spend for this video. Probably the most expensive video I've ever produced. Yes. Okay. See you soon.